I've got here is a small bunch of tomatoes, and it's more than we can eat, and I have a whole lot more besides these. I put one or two aside of the larger ones for sandwiches should Mark want to use them. Plus I have oh, tons and tons of those little grape tomatoes for salad, and that's what we like to use them for. So what I'm doing today is processing a small quantity, and I'm going to do it exactly the same way I do it when I use my large machine, except that I'm not pulling out my large machine for that quantity. I did purchase through the thrift shop a little hand device. I've never used one of these. We'll see how it works. It's got the same mesh to separate the seed and the pulp, the seed and the skin. So as I said, let's see how it works. So I do not cut my tomatoes. I have had somebody ask me if my pulp separates into liquid and pulp after it's cooked, and no, mine does not, and that's because I do not cut or crush the tomatoes before they're cooked. So what I do, and you may have seen this if you've watched my other video with the using my larger machine, is I blanch these. I put them into boiling water basically until the skin starts to split, and let them boil. Now that could take a few minutes. I waited till the water boiled before I put them in, so it shouldn't be too long. So I'll get back to you after that's ready to come out. Okay, most of these, okay, the water is boiled again. Most of these, the skin is split, and in quite a few cases it's actually starting to peel. Now, if I was just going to bottle these up as whole plum tomatoes, I may plunge them in a cold water, peel the skin, and put them in a jar and be done with it. But I would like to see if my little unit there will create a nice puree like my big machine does. Okay. Great. Now, I'm going, as I said, I'm doing the same thing as I did with my larger machine, in that I'm going to allow these tomatoes to drain, and I'll press them down and get as much liquid out of them as I can. Meanwhile, I'm going to get rid of this and put a fresh pot of water on to boil, because I'm going to water bath can whatever I get from this lot. Okay, so I'll get back to you when I've got that in place. Okay, I have actually put a dish on top of this, pressed it down, and drained out as much water as I possibly could in a short span of time. Obviously, if I left it longer, I would be able to drain out a whole lot more water. So let's see if this was money well spent, or if it was a waste of time. So, as I said, I've never used one of these before. Okay, so it's a bit of a new experience for me as well. Certainly is exercise, but it does work. Okay, I'm going to finish these off and see how much juice I get. Okay, not bad. Definitely the system works. I've got, let me see if I can readjust the camera just a little bit better here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I've got most of this done. I can certainly continue to try to get more juice out of that, but all the peel and the seeds are in there, and I'm tired. Certainly is exercise, let me tell you. I hope that's just, yes it is. Okay, how much did I get? Well, let me get some jars, I'll fill them up, and then we'll get back to you. Okay, I've got everything ready. I've got my vinegar to clean the edges of the jars. I've got 5 lids, I've got 5 jars. I'm going to add some lemon juice to this because I'm going to water bath can it. So we'll make it a little more acidic. And that's probably about 2 tablespoons in that quantity. I think that should be fine. I don't mind adding lemon juice. Now, stir this all up. And we'll pour and see how many we get. It's not bad, actually. You know, it definitely did. I see 1 or 2 seeds, not many. Acceptable. So the unit definitely works. It's just very, you're going to build muscles. That's for sure. Okay, I'm just going to pour these in. Oops. Already. Okay, I only got 2 pints out of that, so 1 quart. Probably get another half pint. I'm going to go get a smaller jar. And perhaps we can just use these to make pizza. Pizza, good old pizza. Yeah, that fills that one up quite nicely, actually. Okay, let's see if we can get it all and not waste any of this. Perfect. Okay, so that made me 2.5 pints. But it would have gone to waste, it would have gone bad, and I would have been very upset about that. So, let's get some paper towels and turn on the water bath canner. Clean the rims. Oops, I need a wide mouth lid there. I'll get back to you. And I did get a ring to match. Finger tight. Now I don't doubt that there's air in this, but there's no way to separate the air, and that's why I do nothing about that. So, okay, there we go. Now we'll water bath can this for, I'll check on how much time is needed. Okay, well here we are. It's the next morning and I'm just preparing my coffee for this morning. And this is the result of my small batch canning. I'm going to take the rings off, and looks good to me. Yeah, definitely going to need to wash those edges there. So there we have it. Small batch canning does work when you don't want to throw away or discard the last of your produce, but you don't really want to go through the trouble of pulling out a large machine. I still think I gotta look for a better manual system. What I don't like about that one is that you have to hang on to the unit at the same time that you're cranking, trying to get the tomatoes processed. The machine that I like, you actually can clamp to a table, and I was hoping I could find something like that at the thrift shops, but no go. Anyway, this is Tony from her Homestead Skills. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.